Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Sunday Musicians Café. I'm Pietro, an Italian violinist and founder of this podcast. If this is the first time for you watching, welcome. I'm really glad you are here today with us. And let me just explain quickly what this project is about. I started last year in May, this project, and today is number 33. It's the 33rd episode of the podcast. And I'm really, really glad that, to be fair, this is one of the very few guests that is not a person that I've been meeting in person, but it's just a friend that we met online. So we support each other through social media and media content in general. So it's one of the very few. All of them are basically my friends, and I met them in person. But I think this means that basically the project is going well and is becoming more popular on the platform, and people are following from all over the world. So it's a good sign, I guess. Matthias is the guest of today. Matthias, which is an incredible violinist, and I'm really glad we are going to have this conversation today, because you will see he's such an incredible artist. Not just technically he's extremely well prepared, but also he has a very special way of being a musician. And in the meanwhile, I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday, enjoying your rest day probably of the week after a long week of work. Do please send any comments or curiosity you have in your mind. Do please send questions in the chat. Drop a message if you can hear me well, see me well, and support us through the like button, the little heart you can find in the corner. In a second, I will invite Matthias, but I would like you to get comfortable wherever you are and ready for a nice 30 minutes chat with this incredible artist. I don't know if you're a tea drinker or a juice drinker or whatever you drink, but I'm a coffee addict, so I hope I keep up with my Italian stereotypes. Okay, let's see if I can invite our friend Matthias, which it should be available very soon. Tanja Bardek, hello. I'm sorry, but I don't know if I think the last few days I'm losing inspiration. I don't know what to do. Okay, nice. We can talk about this maybe. Hey,
hello,
Matthias. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you. Where are you now? In Munich? Where are you?
I'm in Munich. Yeah, just I came back now from a morning concert and directly to your fantastic chat.
Yeah. I'm really glad, first of all, that you were able to join us. As you can see, guys, we moved of 1 hour. The podcast is usually at 2 p.m. But you know, when it's about interviewing people of this level, I'm really flexible. I'm really flexible. No, absolutely not. Okay, so I was introducing you very shortly, but do please say something about your life. What are your key moments you would like to share with us about your life?
I start by my key moments is to have my tea right now because I still have a little cold.
Nice.
What are you drinking?
I'm Italian.
Oh,
so
I
have to keep up with my stereotypes.
Normally, I would have had some coffee too, but
this is my usual espresso after lunch. Is my usual espresso. So yeah.
How do you like to drink it?
No, plain, just coffee with.
Just like espresso, really strong. Yeah, I like
just
it.
Just espresso, no sugar, nothing.
Yeah, me too. Really black, and just like this, it's perfect.
I like the bitterness of.
It's
okay.
Yeah, me too.
I like it. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to find good coffee, especially here in London. And it's
I heard
hard.
about this.
But they make good coffees like flat white, cappuccino, latte, all of these things. I drink all of those.
But I'm not sure I'm sure you have a coffee machine at home, right?
I do.
Or,
I do. Is there?
or Bialetti.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
fantastic.
I have a Bialetti.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's good.
exactly. Very good. Very good. You know your.
I know a little bit.
Fantastic, fantastic.
My mom
So,
is from south of France, so it's really close
okay.
to Italy. Sometimes,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
we go to Italy just to eat the pizza, a real one.
You know where I'm from?
No?
I'm from Genova. I'm from Genova.
Come
Yes.
on. That's not so far away, actually. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Cool.
So the south of France, it looks very similar
Yeah.
to Genova. You know, it's very similar to Nice.
Yeah.
Genova is very,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, Nice was a daughter city from Rome, I heard. So it's, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it has really similarities.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Very
you
good, very
wanted to know
good.
things about me, so I probably have to
Please
continue.
tell us a bit
So,
more.
as I told already, my mom is from France. She's a lawyer, so she's the not musician of our family. She's the one who has to listen to us. And all the others are kind of musicians. And yeah, so my father is from a really big family. He has 14 siblings.
Wow.
And they all grew up with folk music. And so, as we did actually too, my sister and me. And so actually we grew up in the tuba case of my father. When the concert was still not over, we just slept in the tuba case.
Oh wow, this is so cute.
That's a bit
This is so cute.
we grew up. And yeah, of course, then you start playing together with the family. I had an aunt who brought us together often for concerts, my cousins, my sister and me. And so this was my first access to music.
Wow.
Can I ask you, what was your first access to music?
Yes, absolutely. So my parents are not musicians, and but they always thought that music was a very good way of educating, you know, growing up the children. And all of us, we are four siblings, and all of us, we did somehow music, even when we were very little. And everybody entered the conservatory. So very talented people.
Oh,
you know?
nice.
And yes. And I'm the only one. I'm the third one of fourth. So I have two older brothers and a younger sister. And I'm the only one who kept going and engaged with music as a job as well, a profession. But everybody knows how to read music, to play an instrument somehow, and obviously appreciation of music. I grew up in an environment where people was listening to music and, you know, enjoying going to concerts as well. But very much was my own decision to become a musician.
Super. I mean, I guess your parents gave the opportunities, because often it's like this. My father, for example, he never had the opportunity to study his instrument. He was more or less autodidact, and he never gave pressure, but he offered the opportunity to have music lessons. And I think for you probably as well, that your parents thought, actually music is a nice thing. We give you the opportunity.
I think in a way they understood a very important thing that nowadays is very fashionable to say. And also, you know, for example, many parents nowadays, they try to teach to put people in music education as well, because they know nowadays, we know scientifically that music helps in the growing of the child, helps the, I think how they call it, horizontal way of learning or something like this, which means basically that you apply different skill to every field of your life. So,
and it's a really,
actually very true. It's very true.
It's a really natural way of communicating your emotions, or just be in the moment as well.
Yes,
a lot of
absolutely.
Still
today, not only when I was a child, the best way for me to communicate is playing, because it's the language that it comes directly from my heart, and it's the best language. Sometimes I don't know how to explain things emotionally, and I just play and it works. You know, it's like
this
that.
Reminds me that there is accordionist from Romania, sometimes playing close to my place under the bridge, and I know him now for I think like 8 years, and probably we only shared like 2 or 3 sentences only, because he's not able to speak, and me, I can't speak Romanian. But so we start a little bit to talk, and then we see it doesn't work. Then we start playing.
Wow.
And sometimes one or two pieces together, but it's like a friendship because
Yes.
and I read that you don't need to be able to talk to somebody to be friend with somebody. You need only a connection somehow in some way, and music can really help.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. You touched a very important thing, which is this part of no, absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you, and it's very true. Also, like between us musicians,
Yeah.
sometimes we don't know each other that well, but if we
Mhm.
play together,
Yeah.
we there is a bond, there is something, it creates something, a
Yeah.
connection. Yeah, like in orchestra sometimes, like when you play
Yeah.
together, you winked at each other,
Yes.
for things. We
Yeah.
communicate without saying
Yes.
any words, and
That
that's
makes me
very.
think that we absolutely have the dream job. Actually, really, we
Yes,
can
yeah.
we can be really happy to be able to make a living from it.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's not easy, but still, it's really a dream job to do.
Yes.
And
Actually, this old project, this
mm,
podcast,
yeah,
I don't know why I started, but the idea behind was trying to answer to that annoying question, which is how musicians make a living. And I'm sure people have been asking to you as well, can you make a living as a
mm,
musician? I mean, first of all, obviously, unfortunately, still today, we have people not understanding that music can be a job. But this aside, I realized we don't know how to answer
mhm,
because we never understood that
mhm,
actually, there are not only one or two ways of making music
yeah,
or making such a career in music, like a soloist or whatever, but it has to come within you. And then you realize there are infinite way of being a musician. And for example, you were touching a very important thing. You were
mhm,
saying that we do the happiest job in the world. And to be fair, I see it in you, and I'm really glad that you are today a guest of
thank you.
the podcast, because one of the things that struck me the most watching at your videos and following you on the social
Mhm,
media is that you look happy.
yeah,
You look
thank
happy,
you.
and
I
it's
can give
something.
it back to you too. You too look really happy by all
Thank
you
you.
I saw of you. Yeah,
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 but somehow I don't know. I struggle to still, I have this kind of traditional bias, which
yeah.
everybody looks super serious and very sad when playing. And I don't know why. I mean, and I was like, why don't you smile? It looks also, first of
Yeah,
all, I mean, obviously there are technical difficulties, but
mhm,
if you practice enough,
yeah,
you should be able to, enjoy. And you
yeah.
definitely are one of those enjoying the music,
Thank
and
you.
it comes to us. It comes to us very well. I mean, honestly.
Sometimes I feel if we practice too much, we are too much into the physics of
Hmm.
music and not enough here to enjoy it. Sometimes, of course, it's important to practice and all these things, but sometimes these moments when you didn't practice too much and
Hmm.
then you really enjoy
Hmm.
the moment because you're not too much, I don't
Yes.
know, inter into this physics of playing and coordination and all
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
kind of things. Yeah,
Absolutely.
but
But I think also this comes, maybe I'm wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But it comes from the fact that you, in a way, you are doing such a good combination.
mm,
And I really find this fascinating and revelating.
mm,
Is a revelation of combining folkloristic attitude
thank you.
to the classical world. It's
Yeah,
not just you're not just doing crazy combinations like
mhm,
but it's the attitude of
mhm,
playing because you want to.
yeah,
It's your way of doing it, yes. And I can see I was watching your Brahms and I was like, wow, I never heard about Brahms. It looks like I never heard the concerto. I was like, I
thank you.
can't believe this because I want to hear you, which is incredible.
Thank you.
And I think you should be very proud of this.
Oh, thank you very much. I mean, my family always challenged me to be spontaneous. I think this is one of the key things
Yes,
of folk music, to be spontaneous. And let's play something. Here's birthday. Let's do some music piece for him, or
yes,
this kind of attitude to not. I know, but I have first to tune and to practice.
yes,
And I think this is one of the keywords for being like a real musician. I think to stay a little bit spontaneous and not to try to control everything, but to be authentic as well. Like, right? To
but Tell us how we can do that. How we can do that.
So I mean, for folk music, it has a big advantage because these are melodies which are really good understandable for the public, and it's really authentic. It's something combined two traditions. It's so people have really access to it. It's not like 12-tone music where it's really intellectual and you know, actually, if you look about the composers, a lot of them used folk music in their compositions.
100%.
For example, I don't know, Smetana, Dvorak, Bartok, whoever.
Yes.
And
But even
I like
Mozart,
this color.
even Mozart.
Mozart as well. Exactly. Yeah. And I like this little color. It's really beautiful, I think, of the folk music. Of course, they do something artistic about it and so on, but for me, for example, for a long time I tried to separate both because I had a really strict teacher and I was sure she would get really mad if she knows. But then she found out and she was kind of okay, and she said even take your strengths from it and put it into the classical music. From this time I tried and it really helped.
Do you think you touched a very important thing? Because I think maybe, I mean, I'm sure, as you said, the teacher was strict, but in a way, I may say that you were strict with yourself, in a way, no? So you were putting yourself this limit because of the stigma that So the traditional way of thinking, it's within us, is within us. So in a way, we have to break this barrier. And but I don't know how to, because I understood this myself, but somehow there is still this gap. You don't want to look superficial, but at the same time you would like to enjoy playing music. You see what I mean?
I think it really depends on programs, but often what already helps is actually to talk to the public. I think to get the connection, and already this is creating an atmosphere which is not so stiff and of course sometimes, you know, I was in a concert, a really fantastic concert of a friend now playing Brahms trio and then Tchaikovsky trio.
Wow.
And he said at the end he said something, but it was really nice. And he said, yeah, but you know, I thought about saying something before, but it's like one work and you can't just, you know, you would destroy the atmosphere. That's maybe true, but at least at the end he said something, and this was really good connection to the public. And before the encore, and then of course sometimes the place where you play can change a lot, don't you think? Like if you play for example in Berlin, there's, maybe you know it, you were 1 year in Berlin, you told me. Piano salon. Piano salon is like a place where people go to the concert but still have some wine in their hands and drink. And this creates another atmosphere.
But in a way, I don't know, I would like this attitude to be applied also in the very famous classical concert hall, because actually people are there to enjoy. Nobody's there, except of critics maybe, but not even critics. Critics, they would like to enjoy, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Nobody is in the Berliner Philharmonie not to enjoy the music. Why you would go to the Berliner Philharmonie not to enjoy the music? Of course you want to enjoy, and the way of enjoying is looking at people that are enjoying the music. If the people, they look sad and they don't enjoy, you most probably say, okay, bye-bye. I mean,
that's true.
I don't know, it's part of I don't know, maybe it's a traditional way of doing things. I don't know.
I mean, then I think you can enjoy two kinds of characters on stage. One character is maybe the specialist who really is like this with the tunnel. But this person is maybe a specialist for, I don't know what, Bach or whatever. And you know, if you go there, you will hear the best Bach ever. And of course you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. But then I think then there's the other person you would really enjoy is who is a bit more open-minded, more, you know, curious, open-minded and spontaneous on stage. And this is creating immediately a connection to the public and not a distance. And
no, but I mean, also, but I totally agree with you, actually, and thank you for correcting me, because I would enjoy actually listening to a very specialist, so someone that is taking so-called super seriously the job and being very, very strict, you know, in a way, like if I want to hear Paganini or something, I enjoy very much listening to perfect intonation. Yes, that's true, that's true. But at the same time, I think that you should, in both cases, there shouldn't be a separation between the player and the audience.
That's true. And right now we search actually the optimum, what could be done actually. And this would be like that even a specialist tries to be like not like only like this, but more open and towards the public. And yeah, that's true. And to make music understandable is I think really important, and that people have the impression to be even almost interacting with the artist. I think this is a nice thing.
Yes, because in a way the audience becomes the part of the show. So it's your presence there and everything. But I mean, in general, I'm really glad we are doing this conversation. By the way, it's really good. It's really good. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. So you're staying in Munich and you're working as a musician. Alone.
Yes. I like to go from concert to concert. So
that's good.
Freelance, and I have some students as well. I teach. Like, I mean, during Corona, I teach a lot. That's why now I have like a class of 10 students, private students who come to my place. And I like it because this gives a lot back and you learn a lot and so on. But I still have enough space for my concerts, which is really important to me. And that's my life, and I really enjoy it.
You like teaching, yes? You like teaching?
I like teaching, and especially when you have motivated students, then it's the best. And I'm really lucky to have actually. Everybody is a bit different, but I think like all are really motivated, and that I sometimes try to even to take one and then to get them in a program of mine, so that, you know, it's what I learned from my past is that on stage you learn the most. That more you play on stage, more you grow with it, and more you get better, more you get experience, and so on. And
actually, I agree, and I partially it's the same conversation of before. So somehow musicians, classical musicians, they will never go on stage if they are not completely prepared. Which is also an attitude which is damaging you, because you should be free of playing in the living room with other people, when people ask you to play, or in the pub, for example.
Exactly, it gets lost. The essence of music gets a bit lost, right? Because why should you be a musician if you're not able to just play a tune right now, like just for the fun of music, for the pleasure of everyone.
But obviously I think it's very difficult because we learned how to read music but not to improvise,
and so we learned that to critique every time what we do and how we do it, and we always observe what we do. So this is really hard actually to get out of this kind of comfort zone and just do it and doesn't matter. And that's what I take from folk music as well, actually. Just to it doesn't have to be perfect, just play and people will enjoy it.
Absolutely. Another thing I was thinking about, it made me laugh because all your albums, so in general, most of your
I know what comes now.
Most of your music, they are, I mean, you're a superlative you're a superlative musician, yes? And you know, guys, that Issimo is the superlative in Italian. So to say bellissimo is the most beautiful, fortissimo is the strongest. And so you're a superlative.
Oh no! I didn't want to think this way. Actually,
no, but this is my interpretation. It's my interpretation, and
actually
actually,
my
it
thing,
matches.
my idea behind it. Yeah, you're right. First was funeralissimo, and jazzissimo, and now cingadissimo. The idea was that issimo, it's like a classical part of the title, because you have fortissimo. You think about classical music a little bit, and the first part is always the other part, like you have the border between two things, for example, funeral traditional music and classical music, and then jazz music and classical music.
But
So,
this, I love it because you're not only, so you are embodying this attitude yourself, but also it's clear in the music you produce, because the music you produce, it's a combination of the classical and the folk music.
yeah,
So,
that's
but
true.
all of this is from you or your family. How do you came out with these ideas?
So, for example, the first album, which was really essential for doing other albums as well, I didn't know first that it will work, that people will be interested in it, but I was really much interested in it. So I wanted to create an album with music pieces from the folk music, which have the theme of funerary traditions.
Okay.
And that's maybe a strange theme at the beginning, but then you
I don't know.
get into the space, and what was really nice actually was, because it was folk music, behind every piece you found a tradition, you found a story, and so this was really nice thing to search and to find, and I found actually a lot of pieces. I couldn't do them all on this album, but why I did this actually was because I read a book about the guild of funeral violinists, which apparently existed in, let me say the right things, 17th or 18th century.
Wow.
And then I was really interested in how different cultures, what they do actually when somebody died. What do you do? Are you partying? Are you just sad? Or what happens? And you find really interesting traditions. In Italy, by the way, I found out that when you are at the grave, people applaud to respect their lives. So I saw this one time in the old city, and why they applauding? Did somebody play, or what happened?
It's like the honoring the life of the person.
So this was new for me, for example.
Also, when if you're doing a religious funeral, when the coffin is passing through the church, people start applauding.
Yes. If you don't know it, what is happening right now? So I really like these kind of traditions, and I mean, who knows how long they will exist?
So
sorry,
but are we the only one doing this?
In Italy, I think you do, but
no way.
Where else? I never, on my searching, I didn't find it where else actually.
Wow, I didn't know.
So you didn't know it's only in Italy.
Yes.
So.
I mean,
Bavaria,
for example, in the south, now that you think about it, in the south, we actually celebrate.
Yeah.
In the south, we do like a fantastic banquet, and we go eating, and we dance and stuff. Like funeral is like a happy thing. Yeah.
And I found in a lot of cultures this, which is actually a sad theme, that actually what happens is like a big party, or to the life, actually, to see the good moments of life, and to talk maybe about you have often two parts: the sad part, where you're like really thinking, and then the next part is the banquet, as you said, and maybe telling old beautiful stories about the person, and so on. And in Mexico, for example, you have this Dias Morte day, where really they party hard. They have this bread which is formed like bones, and then they really make party. Or in Ireland as well, they have really funny traditions as well. Some are a bit dark humor even. So this was really interesting.
Wow.
to
Today
find
is
out.
St. Patrick's Day, actually.
Yes,
For the
that's it. That's why I just thought about it.
very good,
Sure.
very good, fantastic. And you have any album coming up?
I know. Actually, we just
Okay.
the album came up, but in December last year. But now we are
Okay.
having this program, and this was the last one, the Cinquantesimo album.
Okay.
But still, we have some, videos coming up from it, and it's the most recent album we have. And yeah, I'm not sure actually to redo an album. Maybe one more funeral album because it was so nice. But in our days, it's harder and harder to make a real album for different reasons. It's really expensive for a musician to do the financial things of an album. It's really hard. If you want it to be good, you have to do a trailer. You need pictures. You need design, PR, whatever. There's so much things, and the labels don't pay you actually anything or help. Mostly they don't really help. A little bit maybe. The last one was the best, I think, from helping us. And yeah, so sometimes maybe I don't know what is your thing. Some do singles, which is maybe I think a great idea. Just to produce singles, and for Spotify maybe.
Yes, I don't actually record that much myself.
Or YouTube. YouTube is
YouTube is the
great
thing,
actually nowadays.
Yeah, it's free,
Yeah.
and I mean you can basically promote it on all platforms using the link and everything.
Yeah.
And you cut the videos and you use that. I mean, in a way,
That's true.
you edit yourself on the computer. It's the cheapest way.
That's true.
The cheapest and the one that works the most. But I mean, to be fair, the quality of the sound in your albums is much higher, obviously, because you did it professionally. So it's much. Also, by the way, I mean the combination of the instruments is crazy.
Accordion is
accordion
the
with
color,
violin,
which is
fantastic.
really giving a different color. That's true.
It's giving
and the last one, Vlad is probably the best accordionist I know, and he is not only good accordionist, he also is good composer and arranger, and it's fantastic to work together, and with my sister especially too. And so we are having this trio now, and and it's a great combination. You can play everywhere, by the way. You don't need a piano, which is
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Very clever, very clever, very clever. Matthias, thank you so much. I know you're very busy. You have to practice, and you have a concert coming up, and all the new albums. and I mean, first of all, I love all your content, so please carry on. And I always ask this at the end of the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, you gave us already a lot of insights, inspirational ones. But I always ask this at the end of the chat. If you can give us like a tip, or in less than 1 minute or something, in which, I mean, in general, which are the qualities that you think a younger musician should strive for nowadays?
So the keywords are, I think, to be open-minded, to stay spontaneous some way, and to give music a chance somehow. I mean, music is like transporting a lot of things, and if you can be in the moment of music, this is a most great thing you can have. And maybe as well to try to get by music to different places, because it's a platform where you can meet all kind of people from every range. And so if you try to, let's imagine a way, and you could like just follow the way, or you could look a bit around and make a little stop and to be curious about everything about music. I think this is, for me, my philosophy.
Wow, I love this image of the way, and not just going straight but looking around. It's fantastic, and it's a very precious suggestion you're giving us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
too.
I really hope to meet you soon, and whenever, if you come in London, please text me.
Actually, I have a good friend in London. I want for already a long time to meet, so yeah, I will make a friends tour. in London. I will tell you.
Amazing. I'm here. Whenever you want,
Super.
I'm here. Yes.
Perfect. It
I
will be
would be
fantastic.
very glad to meet
The
you and
same
play together.
for you with Munich. Just
Yes,
tell me.
I mean Munich actually. I'm going in Bremen to play
Nice.
a concert with the pianist.
Cool.
And we were actually wondering if we were
Yeah.
actually looking for a concert.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You just tell me. Super.
Good, amazing.
Super.
Thank you so much,
Hey,
Matthias.
thank you so much. It was nice to get to know you and keep in touch.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
Ciao, Pietro. Ciao.
Ciao, Matthias.
Ciao, ciao.
Wow. Fantastic. What a wonderful and inspiring musician. I mean, this thing of folk music and the combination he's doing is just incredible. And I really like his optimism and enthusiasm he's putting. As I was saying during the chat, you can clearly see that he's enjoying what he's doing, right? And people love him because of that. And sometimes, so often in classical music, still today, we have so many good, fantastic players, incredible, technically super prepared, but they look so sad and they are very serious on the violin and nobody's smiling. And and I think Matthias is such a good example for that. I really hope you liked this chat, and thank you for watching and staying all the way. If it's the first time watching for you this podcast, please do send any feedback, comments, drop comments in the post, or tell me whatever you want. And normally they help me very much. Your feedbacks, they are very helpful and they help the project to grow. So it's a good thing. If you have also suggestions about people you want me to interview, I will definitely look at the names you send me. And yeah, that's it. Follow Matthias, please, and follow me if you didn't done so. And I'll see you next week for another episode of Sunday Musicians Cafe. See you guys.